All right, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you're listening from. Once again, this is Felix Steven, founder of Zion Intelligence, your number one tech and media solutions provider. If you're listening to this, it's probably because you missed the introductory training or you just want to have a refresh of what we've learned so far, the introductory class of the Web Design Masterclass. All right, and that also means that you're a member of the Expand Africa VIP community here on Telegram. Now, like I said, there earlier in my former training sessions, for those that just joined, there are three reasons why we created this group. The first is to give you skills that will boost your business and then help you grow ultimately in life. The second is to plug you into a premium quality network. All right, a network of people that are united by the same purpose of growing their businesses and their lives ultimately. There is nothing that can be exchanged for that. And the third is to give you a support system, to rally a support system around you. There are many of us that have gone for several trainings and conferences, but because there is no close monitoring, usually what we learn, it's not put to effective use. All right, so in this community, everybody provides that support system for each other. So having said that, I'm just going to go into the slides presentation for the web design introductory training. Okay, we're going to be looking at the very fundamentals of web design, and at this point I was supposed to play a video. So if you check the Telegram group, you see the introductory video I did for this particular course. All right, now there are well over 1.5 billion websites in the world, out of which 200 million of them are very active, very active. Now more than ever, it's important to know their benefits, how they work, and also how you can be a part of making them to fulfill the ever-increasing demand for them globally. In this course, in this introductory training to the Web Design Masterclass, you're going to learn how to compare the internet and the web, how to identify web browser components, how to summarize the importance of hyperlinks. You will learn to summarize the importance of hyperlinks, describe web designing, compare websites and web pages, describe types of websites that we have, describe website development steps, identify the three categories of website design, discuss web design careers, and then we're going to be using slides, videos, pictures, audios for this particular training. So at some point, like in the first one you saw, you see play this video, just go to the group and check for that particular video. Okay, now introduction to the web. What are the main ideas? It's very simple. Web designing is not difficult once you understand the fundamentals. The internet is a worldwide network of hardware. The World Wide Web is part of the internet. Websites are divided into categories that meet particular needs. All right, so the internet connects computers while the web connects people. All right, so the information that you're surfing for on the internet is in computers. That's what it basically means. The internet and the World Wide Web are not the same thing. The internet provides access to the World Wide Web. The information on the web is stored in individual files. Okay, the internet is made up of hardware such as computers, cables, telephone wires that are connected to create a massive worldwide network. The World Wide Web is a system of interlinked hypertext documents that are accessed via the internet. Alright, and then files on our web pages contain information such as audio, text, graphics, or pictures. How does the web work? Very simple. A website is made up of web pages. A home page is generally the first page the user sees when visiting a site. That's the first page that they see. And then the hypertext markup language HTML is the code used to create web pages. So just like everybody has a language that they speak, if you're from China, you probably speak Chinese. If you're from Paris, you speak France. If you're from Nigeria, there are indigenous languages that they speak there. All right, so in computer language, HTML is the code, the language that is used to create web pages. All right, so a website is a group of related files organized around a common topic. A web page is a single file within a website that has a unique name. So for example, if you visit facebook.com/about us, facebook.com is the website, but that /about us is a page on the website. It has its own unique name and information displayed on it. All right, so it's like a sub, you know, page on its own within the main website. A home page is the main page on a website which contains general information about the site. It's usually the first one that you see. All right. Now, how do we access the web? We do that through a web browser. A web browser accesses the web page from the internet and shows it on your display screen. These are the most used browsers. Some of these are already familiar to you. The one that may not be so familiar to you. We have Google Chrome, by the way. We have Google Chrome. We have Mozilla Firefox, Apple Safari, and Microsoft Edge. Microsoft Edge is actually Internet Explorer. All right, that's the old name. That's the new name now for Internet Explorer. And then we have Opera. People know it as Opera Mini, but it's actually Opera on the desktops and then Opera Mini on mobile. So this is how your web browser accesses web pages. Your browser connects to a server and requests a page. Then the server sends back the requested page. All right. Now I want you to go to the group chat. At this point you're supposed to watch a video to understand everything I just said now in a brief video. All right, so go to the Telegram page now, the community, and look for the video. It's called Tech Terms Video on what is domain name, URL, web page, websites, www, web hosting, and all of that. So just search for the video. There are about 3 videos I will be posting during the course of this training on the group chat, so make sure you search for them and watch them. Now the next thing we're going to look at are the types of websites that we have. We have commercial sites, and commercial sites include e-commerce sites, e.g. Amazon for those in America. For those in Asia, we have Alibaba and Taobao. Then in Africa, we have great e-commerce platforms like Jumia and Konga. Then we have corporate presence sites. Now the thing about commercial sites is that they are serving 2 purposes. People are going there to either buy or sell, and number 2, to get information about you, the service provider or the product seller. All right, so every company, if you're already running a company and you're watching this presentation, please do well after this presentation to build a corporate site for your business. That's a commercial site for your business. Then the next type of sites that we have are portal sites. Portal sites are basically gateway sites. All right, a portal is a door, is an opening. All right, so portal sites are sites that you can use to access other sites. They're like, a very good example of that would be the Google search engine. All right, people don't go to google.com to stay on google.com. They go to google.com to search for information, and this information are contained on other websites than that people go to from google.com. So portal site is a very good example of that. Another good example of a portal site is bing.com. So once you just think about search engines, that's a very classical example of portal sites. Then personal sites are sites that you use to communicate your personal interests, to show people who you are as an individual, to be the brand for yourself, or to keep in touch with your readers. A very good example of personal sites will be blogs or portfolio websites or CV websites. Yes, a lot of people don't know this, but if you're a career person, one good way to give yourself a unique mark in the millions of CV that get submitted on the internet is to have your own personal website. If your corporate employer sees you on the top of your CV, your own personal site, the person will know that you know what you're doing. All right, and there's a higher chance of you being hired for that. Then you have educational sites. Educational sites are basically sites that have the purpose of educating people, the purpose of learning. So one very good examples of these are school and university sites, tutorials and distance learning sites, and then museum and other institutions also use educational sites. All right, one of the great advantages of having an educational site is that students find it very easy to interface with them, and then there's options for students to check their progress in learning. All right, Then the last type of websites that we can build easily and we come across every day are informational sites. Informational sites include news websites, government websites, public interest sites. Now a lot of governments have their own sites where you can go to as a citizen or as a visitor to know more about the government and how they operate in their country. The next thing we're going to be looking at are the elements of a web page. And in this particular section, I'm going to talk about text and graphics. Web designers use text and graphics to add interest to a website. The combination of text and graphics are the basics of a website. And that's actually very true. Texts consist of words, letters, numbers, and other symbols. Graphics consist of drawings, charts, diagrams, paintings, or photographs stored in a digital format. So you can see a picture attached here. All right, this is how a web page looks like, a website looks like. So you can see the text and then the picture here, that's the graphics. All right, see how beautiful it looks. Now also on a website, another thing that you will notice there are multimedia. Now what is multimedia? Multimedia refers to the integration of elements such as graphics, text, audio, video, animation, and interactivity. Alright, so on a site you can see pictures, you can find animated images or text, you can see videos and all of that. These are also parts of a web page. They are what gives life to a website. Your audio can be live streamed or recorded sound. Your video can also be live streamed or recorded moving images, and then your animation can be the movement of text and graphics. So there are some sites that once you enter, you start hearing music in the background. I don't know if you've ever experienced that. There are sites I visit and then the music is playing in the background automatically. Then there are some other sites I go to. Once you enter, there's this sort of opening that the text reveals. So that can be achieved with multimedia. You can create that yourself differently, then upload it into your site. Also, one key element of a web page I want you to note is what you call hyperlinks. A hyperlink basically, is a hypertext that will bring you to something the person wants you to see. So if you look at something like this, if you've been to sites where they say, click here to read more, and then you click that, like here now you can see a guide for HTML beginners is here. If you look to your left, okay, let me see if I can do that quickly. I want to see if I can use my pencil to give me a second. The tool I'm about to use, I usually use it when I'm recording teaching sessions on my phone. Have I deleted it? Just give me a second. Okay, I think I've deleted it. Wow, I have to install it again. So on the group, there are many tools that we will be giving out for free. The pencil tool I wanted to use would enable me to mark on my screen while I'm also recording. The tool I'm using to record is called a screen recorder. It's a pro version, and I think we'll share it on the group chat for people for free to download. It helps a lot. Okay, so a guide for HTML beginners is here. You can see that word here is blue in color. If you click it, it will open up a different website to a different web page. Alright, that's called a hyperlink. So you can see another example here by your right, hypertext. This YouTube is a hypertext that will bring you to YouTube. So you see that word YouTube is underlined and it's looking clickable. Now that clickable YouTube word, it will open up to the full address of youtube.com, which is a hyperlink or link that will bring you to the YouTube platform. In computing, a hyperlink or simply a link is a reference to data that the user can follow by clicking or tapping. Hyperlinks can be a word, phrase, or graphics. It's a way to link web pages together and allow users to move from one online location to another. What then is web designing? Web design is the planning and creation of websites. This includes the information, user interface, site structure, navigation, layout, colors, fonts, and imagery. All of these are combined with the principles of web designing to create a website that meets the goal of the owner and designer. So basically, you just don't wake up and then start designing. No, there is a process. And what are they? There are three layers in the web design process. You have the interaction design layer, the information design layer, and the presentation design layer. At the interaction design layer or level, what you're doing basically is determining how the user is likely to navigate through the website you're creating. All right, so you're looking at what the person will see first. All right, you're looking at how the person will, maybe your homepage, what person we see on the home page first, how the person will move through your site and all of that. So it's like a workflow. You're determining a flow for your website at the interaction design level. Just like in a house, when you come into a house, you have to pass through the compound gate first, then you see the house, you have to pass through the door and all of that. At the information design level, however, is where you are determining what will appear on each page. So if you determine at the interaction design level that when the person clicks your website and opens the home page first, they will see a section where they can click to know more about your services, where they can click to order for your services via your online store. Now at the information design level is where you now determine what will appear on those pages. All right, the write-ups and all of that. So if you're going to put a section where they will have to click to know more about your services, then at the information design level is where you now write out the content that will be on that page. All right, the pictures that you put and the videos that you also put there if necessary. And then at the presentation design level, that's the last level, is the process in which you determine the physical appearance of the website you're creating. All right, so this is now where you get to choose the colors, the fonts, the arrangement of your sites and all of that at the presentation design level. What are some of the careers that you can pursue in web development? There are so many of them. The web development industry is huge. All right, so you can become a web author. A web author is not necessarily involved in the core programming process. The person is just the person that writes the text that will appear on each web page. Remember that in the information design process, it's where you determine what will appear on each web page that you have. So there are people that write out content for websites. So these people are called content writers, and they can also be copywriters. Copywriters are people that write sales copies, that's letters that we bring in clients to your sites. So you can decide to become a web author if you know how to write creatively. That can be your job. You're also functioning in the web design industry. You can become a web designer himself, a person who develops the look and the feel of the website. All right. So a web designer look a web designer's job majorly is about developing the look and the feel, the physical appearance of the website. Now, for the core coding parts, you can become a web developer. This is someone that uses programming skills to develop websites. So when you open some sites and you see some beautiful animations and all of that, for sites that are coded from scratch, there's actually somebody that sits down to code all those things you're seeing. Remember, I said at the beginning of the class that HTML, hypertext markup language, is the language of websites. So when you see a color blue, it's not that somebody just painted the side blue. No, that blue was coded. Okay, so you can decide to become a web developer if that's what you want to do. There are so many languages you can learn. You can learn Java, you can learn HTML, you can learn Python and all of that. Or you can just become a webmaster. A webmaster is someone that manages and maintains websites. So it's just like buying a car. After buying your car, you need a mechanic to service your car from time to time, even if there is no problem with your car. Same thing with your website. So people that maintain and manage websites are called webmasters. Now at this point, there's a video you need to watch. It's called the Landers UK explanatory video. It will give you a brief summary of everything that you've just learned in a visual way. All right, please watch the video. What are the latest trends in web design? 2020 and beyond, every site being built should be responsive. Should be responsive. What does that mean? Responsive web design basically means designing websites that are flexible to the conditions in which they will be viewed in order to offer every user an optimized experience. You can see that in the picture I just brought in now. You can see this site now, how it looks on a desktop browser, and then how it looks on a mobile phone. in some of the websites at going through some of the websites I was surfing earlier on, there are some that when you open them on your mobile phone, they are so bogus they can't even fit your screen. Some information is lost. But responsive web design, which is the latest trend, demands that you have the same web address, provide the same content, but the content is restructured appropriately depending on the device that the person is using to view your website. Now, in this picture, let me just show you a picture quickly. Can you see these devices by your left? This area here. You see that there are small devices, then there are big devices. Responsive web design says if I open your website on my laptop and I enjoy the experience, when I open it on the phone, the content you have on your site should adjust itself appropriately to fit the screen of my small phone, and then I still get the same experience. All right, that's what responsive web design means. A good example of this would be Facebook. Facebook can view it with any device. Yes, you can view Facebook with any device and you still have the same user experience. So same web address, you can see here, same web address, same content, but the content should be restructured appropriately no matter the device that the person is using. Okay, very important. There's a video so you need to watch at this point. It's called Web Design Basics You Should Not Miss. Please check for it on the Telegram group chat. After you design your website, what next? Because designing your website doesn't mean that it's live on the internet yet, on the World Wide Web yet. No. You need to host your website. Alright, after building your site, the next thing you need to do is to register a domain name for it and upload it to your hosting platform. Now, I know many of us watching this video are new to web design, but some of us have an idea of what I'm about to share. Your web design, your website rather, is like a house. Alright, but for you to build a house, you first of all need a land. You need what? A land first. Then you need an address before you can build your house. Your house is your website. The land that you're building, you're going to build your house on, is called your web hosting platform. And then the address that will be given to your house is called your domain name. All right. So these three things are important. You need your web hosting platform first, and then you need a domain name. There's a video that will explain this to you too that I need you to watch on the Telegram group chat. All right. Here at Zion Intelligence, we recommend the Host platform. Now, why do we recommend them? Because they are fast, they are affordable, and they are very secured. So to open your account now for your hosting, please visit this link bit.ly/HugoHost1. Okay, please do so. There's also a tutorial video I did to show you how to sign up, just in case it's not clear to you. Alright, if you sign up with that link, there are some discounts that you get because we're the ones referring you. Alright, so please do that. Go to HugoHost, bit.ly/HugoHost now to create your free account. bit.ly/HugoHost1. Alright, in subsequent videos, I'm going to show you how to purchase your domain name, how to purchase your hosting account. But for now, just go and sign up there now to create your account. Thank you so much. See you in the next video at the Expand Africa VIP community.